Israel says that it's freed 4 hostages from Gaza in the latest rescue operation since the war with Hamas, which began on October the 7th. Reportedly, 94 Palestinians were killed during the attacks in the area. Well, joining me now is performer and mystifier Uri Geller. Uri, really good to talk to you. Great news that 4 hostages have been rescued.
Amazing. Look, Nana, here in Israel, we've just received the most amazing news. 4 hostages, as you said, have been rescued in Gaza. Now, this is unbelievable. The country is feeling elated. This is such a big moral boost for Israel. Now, I don't know if you remember, Nana, but only last week, I held up a picture of a young female hostage called Noah Argamani. Do you remember her mother is dying of brain cancer? Well, Noah was one of those rescued, and she has already been reunited with her parents. This is such amazing and unbelievable news. Now, let me jump a subject for a moment, because before we talk about the serious stuff, Nana, I want to share with your viewers something a bit fun. As you know, I always talk to you from inside my museum, like now. This is actually in the basement. So just recently, when I was searching in a storage container, which I have not opened for years, I found a book. The book is called The Geller Papers. It's a library book, and it was overdue by 47 years. This was a book about myself, which I had borrowed from a library in Los Angeles in 1977. I wanted to show it to Carlos Castaneda. If you don't know who Carlos Castaneda is, you have to Google it. So being the good citizen, I sent the book back to the library. Nana, the library was amazed. And thankfully, they didn't find me. I mean, this is a sweet story which went worldwide. If you want to read the story, just basically Google Uri Geller library book. Okay, now, let me pick up this flag. We all know what's dominating the news in the UK at the moment, and that is the elections. Next week, the parties are going to unveil the foreign policy plans, and this could change everything. So what do I mean by that? Well, just look at what's going on around us. There are threats all over. The Middle East is in flames. Russia is sneering at the West with nuclear weapons. Only yesterday, Putin called Europe defenseless. Iran is trying to get nuclear weapons. And North Korea, which has nuclear weapons, is run by a paranoid madman. Well, Nana, let me tell you what I want to hear from Labour and the Conservatives next week. My country is at war, and what happened here affects the streets of Britain. I'm deeply concerned that Labour's manifesto is going to say they will recognize a Palestinian state. Nana, I think that is naive and deadly dangerous. I want every Palestinian to live in freedom and dignity. I want them to live in a democracy. I don't want any Palestinian child to know the meaning of war. But if the next British government recognizes a Palestinian state now, it will be a big mistake. It will be like rewarding Al-Qaeda after the 9/11. It will make Hamas more popular, and it will encourage more terrorism. I want to show you something. Somebody in England made this for me. Look, what I really want to hear from both parties next week is this. I want to hear them say, we're going to totally isolate Iran, because, Nana, Iran is stoking the protests in London. Iran is inciting British students on your campuses. Iran is turning pockets of Britain into hubs of radical Islam. Nana, I love Britain. I'm a British citizen too. It has a proud history, but it is at a tipping point. Whoever is the next prime minister, they have the last chance to save it. Nana, peace. That's what I want for the world. Thanks again for having me on your show. I love you all.
Thank you very much, Uri Geller. Those are his thoughts. Uri Geller in Tel Aviv Live. Really good to talk to you. What are your views on that? Do you think it's wise to recognise a Palestinian state? Some people would say that it is good because it would then enable proper talks and conversations, and they'll be restricted within the international laws that we all abide by.